Hi, this is Randy Goodpasture with the Route66Race.com. Wanted to go over what we do here with the pigeons when it comes to keeping the birds healthy. And we'll start with this product right here, apple cider vinegar. You can get this at the health food store or the grocery store. We like to use that in the water about 2 or 3 times a week. And we just feel like that apple cider vinegar has a lot of good qualities to it that's really helpful in keeping your birds healthy. I won't go into the details on apple cider vinegar, but it's a great product and one that I recommend that you use. We'll start with coccidiosis. Cored, which is a powder, and Proleum. We like to use that, and we rotate medicines with other medicines. We never treat the birds too long with the same stuff. Rotating medications is a good thing because it keeps the bacteria, germs, whatever you want to call them, from building up resistance to certain medications that, you know, when you did need to use them, they wouldn't work. So we like to rotate everything, including respiratory, wormers, especially wormers. But we use Cored, and the old standby Solmet is what we use for coccidiosis. For respiratory treatment, flock treatment, we use a mixture of Tylan powder and Aromycin. And we mix that together in a plastic bag at the rate of 50-50. And shake it up good and put about 1.5 teaspoons to 2 teaspoons to our water jugs, which are about 1.5 gallons. And that's what we do for respiratory treatment. For individual respiratory treatment, like one-eyed colds or a bird that has an eye problem that's persistent, we'll use Tylan 50 injectable along with erythromycin ointment, eye ointment, and this is from a veterinarian, by the way. It comes in a little tube, and we'll put that on it. We'll squeeze some of that out on a Q-tip and actually put it in the bird's eye that's infected, and give him a shot of Tylan. And we like to use the insulin needles for that. Since the needles are so fine, you can see one. I've got one out here. They're real fine needles, and they work well for vaccinating the birds with. So we like to use these real small needles for injecting the birds with Tylan. And then we've got the canker treatment. Also, I might add that we rotate this. You can see the name of it right there. Metronidazole, and we use amoxicillin if needed. And I say if needed because we do microscope the birds here at the loft, and I also take birds periodically to Dr. Roger Harlan, and he does a throat swab and microscopes the droppings and stuff like that to check for worms and coccidiosis. So unless the birds have a problem, we don't medicate. It's as simple as that. We don't think that they need anything. If they're in good health, why mess with it? If you have like a week of really bad, rainy, damp weather, it doesn't hurt to run them on a little precautionary respiratory treatment during that period. And also in the hot summer, you have more problems with respiratory in the hot summer. If you have problems with respiratory in the winter, it's usually the cause of that is the loft. So, you know, the ventilation in the loft. Respiratory is a bigger problem when it's hot and humid outside, which is pretty common in Oklahoma in the months of June, July, and August. So, anyway, that's the products we use here at Route 66 Race. Nothing fancy, basic stuff. When the birds come in for a race, we of course vaccinate them for PMV1, and we give them an Ideal pill. An Ideal pill is a great little pill that has lots of vitamins and minerals in it, and we just think that helps with the stress of the pigeons from being shipped. And we also use them on the birds like that come in off of training tosses or races, you know, that's been out overnight, or especially the third day birds and on. They may need a little bit of help, so we like to give them these pills. I'm trying to get the lid off of it here as we talk. They smell really good, almost good enough to want to eat yourself, but they're basically just a little round, look like rabbit droppings to me. But anyway, they're loaded. They smell good. They're good for the pigeons. We use those, and we rotate wormers. This is a wormer that Roger gave us. I'm going to show you the name of this. This is an excellent wormer, and I hope I can zoom in on it there. It's spelled Strongid, Strongid, and that's a great wormer. It comes with directions on how to use it when you get it from the vet. Then we also use, like when we're pulling the flights or whatever, we'll give all the birds a drop of ivermectin. And you need to treat for worms, 10 days apart, and it doesn't hurt to rotate worm medications. And that's what we do here. Now, when the birds come in, like I said, we vaccinate them. We give them an ideal pill for stress, and we vaccinate them for PMD1. And we put them in their first pen, which that's the pen that they'll stay in until we feel like they've got a grip on their new surroundings and they're doing well. And we may keep a mild antibiotic in that pen, such as amoxicillin, but usually it's just something simple like the Aeromycin only, not the Tylenol, but just the Aeromycin. And we'll keep that in that pen just for about 5, 6, 7 days. And watch the pigeons, and then they get moved over, and the next batch go through the same process. And we also keep a disinfectant in the water. A lot of people don't like to use bleach. We're on a well here, so there's no chlorine in the water whatsoever. So I do use a little bit of bleach when the birds first come in the water. Not much, just a little. And I just feel like that if you get birds in that have that may be carrying a virus, which you don't see, it really helps to have something in the water that can kill those germs and keep it from spreading to your other pigeons. And believe me, when you get birds in from everywhere, you're going to have a few problems. There's just no way around it. And so you just got to go in there every day and observe the birds and look for problems. Don't look for good things, look for problems. And that will get you one step ahead in the ball game. Now, loft flying the pigeons and training the pigeons down the road. There's probably people that go down the road a lot more than we do. I believe in road training, but I also believe that if you take your pigeons down the road 60 miles and turn them loose with a 10-mile-per-hour headwind, I can actually condition the pigeons better around the loft by letting them fly 2 hours around the loft. Because if you take them 60 miles into it with a 10-mile-per-hour tailwind, they'll probably be home in 50 minutes, and my birds have flown 2 hours around the loft. I think that they get more conditioning. The road training is to hone their homing skills and their orientation skills and teach them how to use them, whatever those skills may be. I think the pigeons have 3 or 4 different skills personally, and some of them can adapt when, let's just say, they use the sun or whatever. If the sun is not available, then they're able to revert and use the magnetic field or whatever other source they need to orientate. And I think that's where your really great pigeons are the ones that can adapt and adjust quickly and orientate quickly. So anyway, that's what we do, and we road train the pigeons. I think a 30-mile toss into a 15-mile-an-hour headwind is as good as going 60 miles with a 15-mile-an-hour tailwind. So we play that by ear. It's time on the wing is what we look at. Time on the wing is more important than anything else, because that is what's conditioning your pigeons. And then as far as road training, working them in the basket is working on the mental part of it. So we think there's 2 steps to that. And we just watch how the birds react when they're in the loft, flying around the loft flying outside, how much time they give us without being flagged or forced. that's a good indication of what kind of condition your pigeons are in. So anyway, also I want to mention another thing that we do here at Route 66 is we turn the feeders upside down at night, and the reason we do that is if there's any rodents around, you don't want them walking around in the feeders at night. They're probably one of the major causes of some of the serious pigeon diseases that we get in our birds, such as salmonella. And the mice, everywhere they go, they urinate and leave a scent trail, and that scent trail or urine has all those good germs in it for you. So we turn the feeders upside down, and we certainly don't leave feed in the feeders at night. We just take that as a extra precautionary measure in case there is mice around that we don't not aware of. We don't have to worry about them climbing around through the feeders at night or urinating on the pigeon's feed, and we just think that helps a whole lot in controlling disease in the loft. So anyway, that gives you a good idea of what we do here. There's nothing fancy. We don't medicate unless we need to, and these are the medications that we use. I don't have any Solmet to show you at the moment, but we rotate between Cored and Solmet. We use apple cider vinegar in the water. We use the Thailand Aeromycin mix 50-50% in the water for flock treating for respiratory. We single treat for respiratory problems with Thailand 50 and erythromycin ointment, eye ointment. And we use metronidazole for canker, and we rotate that with, say, Ridzol or some other canker product. There's a lot of good ones on the market. Amoxicillin, mild antibiotic. It's always nice to keep some of that around. And we rotate the ivermectin drops with the Strongid. I guess that's how you pronounce it. It's Strongid. Excellent wormer. And worming your pigeons is very important. And the ideal pills for stress and peace of mind. And that's what we do here, and we look forward to finishing up this season with some good races, and we hope to have even better race series next year. So keep an eye out for details on next year's race, and we'll sign off here, and we appreciate you watching. Thank you.